Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you're at this time of the day. We want to thank you for being about the business of what we are talking about tonight. And that is one of the performers at the 20 spot at Nomesco's Lounge this Thursday evening. Doors open at 7. One of the comics is I give us an opportunity to talk to her tonight. And we got Kirsten Logan. Is that right? I just
Hey,
want to make sure I got it right.
perfect. You're good.
All
Love
right,
it.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome her to the evening. We're going to talk to her about her and then about comedy and then what brings her special talents to the city of Worcester, Massachusetts, which is, I think, the second largest city in New England. So she's coming out here from where she's from to hit the stage, and we're going to talk a little bit about this 20 spot that you're a part of. So let's start
Yeah,
with hello. How you doing today?
doing fantastic. Every day
That's
is a good day.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Now, what is a good day for you? What is it? Flower picking, or you go to the mall, or you just don't do anything?
I like to be busy, so any day that I can do like anything creative, art, comedy, writing, anything.
All
As
right.
long as I'm creating, I'm happy.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And that creative juices come from what? When did this creativeness start in you, or has it always been in you?
I've always really liked creating things. I've always really delved into art, but I think it really started to hit me when I basically figured out who I was. Older in life, I just really came into my own and I really started to embrace that I actually can create something because that self-doubt is so big when you're younger.
Right.
And once I realized that, it just fell into place.
And what was the first opportunity that you had to do this art, your creative side? Where did you do the teen talent show, or you were one of the people at the neighborhood community theater? You just hit the stage, or was it an open mic that
Oh,
or karaoke or something?
yeah, there was a guy who was a comic who asked me on a date, and I didn't want to date him. But he invited me to an open mic, and it was a music open mic, and he said just write 5 minutes and do it. And I thought, what the heck, I haven't ever done anything like that, so I gave it a shot and was hooked.
All right. And it took this just that one time of stepping to the mic and just being vulnerable, because those open mics you can, go up in there and people will give you a new one.
Yeah, they luckily it was down in southern Rhode Island. Very nice group of people, very supportive. I got more laughs than that guy, so I figured I might have something.
How did he
My
take it?
first time.
His emasculation. Did you do it to him?
Yeah, he doesn't talk to me anymore, so I think that answers that. Yeah.
Did he become one of your sets, one of your bits? Have you ever had
Uh,
that? That's a good one. Have you ever had somebody personally? I just jumped the gun on this question because I fast forwarded so much past what I wanted to do. But this is a great question. Have you ever used the material from a dating experience on stage?
oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I have a weird personality and I attract people who have a lot of trauma. Uh, so I get a lot of really weird dates and I definitely talk about them on stage, 100%.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know, man. Because sometimes, like you guys are life situational sometimes, current events sometimes, and sometimes you just don't know where it comes from. But
Yeah.
it just comes. And that is a thing that you guys, as far as comedians, take on. the challenges of the world and present it in a form that can be digestible.
Yeah.
For what, and I think I skipped a couple of years of. Let me talk about a little bit about your beginnings in comedy. Let me back up.
Sounds good.
What were some of the things that you have experienced in your early part of your career? And we'll talk as we go further into your comedy career.
Early on, I was lucky enough to be around the Comedy Connection in Rhode Island and get to see a lot of really great comics. I got I got my start a little bit early there and was able to open for Ali Sadiq, which I
Oh,
absolutely loved. He was on Comedy Central and did a show called This Is Not Happening, and
hmm,
his storytelling is amazing. And so to get to open up for him was just crazy.
wow!
Um,
Congratulations on it, and that's the beginning. That's the beginning, huh?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a few years in, and very fortunate, very lucky to do that. I people want to credit their hard work, but hard work puts you where the good luck can find you. So,
Hmm.
um, yeah. So I did that a little bit. I got involved in a festival in Newport that I volunteered at for a few years, and eventually was able to participate in that, and that was awesome. So
Okay.
anything I could do to immerse myself in it.
And it sounds like, and this is how long ago? What kind of career we talking? How longevity wise? What is your birthday in comedy?
It is January 21st. I'm 10 years in, I believe, this year. So 19 2014.
2014. All right, all right.
Yeah.
So this is January. You just passed your decade, your
Yep.
10-year
Yep.
anniversary. So congratulations on that.
Oh wait, it's 9. It's 9 because I met my ex-husband. It's 9. I'm aging myself 1 year. That's what ladies like to do, right?
Okay. And you threw in the ex-husband there, so that was a milestone thing. That's a memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure he's
Yeah.
not
Well,
looking at
so
it.
he's a comic. I met him doing comedy. He's a great guy. I'm not gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
anything bad about him.
All
He's a
right.
great guy.
All right, all right. So when you are in this part of your comedy career, this Ali Sadiq, and was there a transformational time when you said, "All right, I'm gonna make a leap from, maybe doing this as a thing." You went to the open mic, and now you're like, I'm gonna make this something. I'm gonna make that leap of faith." Have you done that, or are you working on it? Where you're at in that piece?
I'm working on it right now. I so basically I got an opportunity to go to Canada in 2020, just right before COVID, and I got to do the Toronto Dark Comedy Festival up there. And I I finally found my audience in a way, like people that actually like dark comedy, and having that audience that actually appreciates what I do specifically was such a life-changing experience that it really pushed me forward to try to get into this full time, to try to do as much as I can, see as much as I can. And then the day after that festival, I did a 1 p.m. show at a nursing home, which really put me back in my place. Amazing.
How did the people at the nursing home engage with you guys? With you?
Oh man, they just, it's not even about the jokes at that point. You can tell jokes, but they just want to joke around with you. They want to tell their jokes, honestly.
Yeah, I
And
do
if,
a workshop with Brianna and Al. You know those two?
oh my
Uh,
God, it was Brianna's show.
yeah, yeah, they are our instructors. We were at the Worcester Senior Center, and they
Yeah,
instruct. That's so funny.
it was Brianna's show. It was so much fun, honestly.
That's
Because
good.
we all do like a little bit more of adult humor. So doing it to people in their 80s or 90s, I mean, most of them forget a minute later, so you can't screw up that bad.
Right? They're not gonna let you know anyway.
No.
Oh man, that's funny. You don't need no evaluation card for them. As you progressed in your comedy career, what was a challenge that came across that you had to overcome that was like, phew, man, I'm glad I got past that hurdle.
Honestly, it was my personal life affecting my comedy life. That was
Mm,
my biggest hurdle because I worked as a veterinary technician in an
okay.
emergency hospital for a long time,
Yeah.
and the stress of that job was killing me. It
Wow.
was killing me. And it's hard to find the funny when you're that stressed out and that depressed. And so I had to make a change, and quitting that career, and it was really the only thing I felt like I was good at the time. But
Mhm.
quitting that career was hard, and it made such a difference in comedy for me. And now I'm back and plugging away and just excited to be myself on stage.
That's what's up, man. And that is something that kind of pushed you, away from something towards something. Were there people around you who were like, "Don't do it," or people around you saying, "Go do it, take the jump"?
Absolutely. It's one of those things where, emergency people, they're tough. They're tough, but they're a clique, right? Like once you're in that field, you're in it and you're a group and you guys survive together.
Right.
So once you leave that survival group, it's like, man, you're betrayed. Like you're the worst person for not sticking it out with them. But at the end of the day, I'm happier. So I know I made the right decision.
Good for you. Good for you. And good for us because we're going to be able to see you Thursday night at the 20 spot, the comedy showcase at Nemesco's Lounge on Pleasant Street in Worcester, Massachusetts. And doors open at 7 p.m. for all of those people that are interested in coming by and being a part of this experience. It's a free night, good date night. You don't have to pay to get in, but your drinks and food, just buy them, enjoy, and have some comedy for free. And this is something that is coming together. What are your thoughts on a 20 spot, not a regular open mic for the 5 and 3 minute crowd? A little different.
I love it. I love that anyone that gives another comic an opportunity to kind of stretch their legs a little bit, do a little bit of a longer set. Um, Man, that opportunity when you're starting out or when you're really getting into it, that is such a huge, huge thing. And that's one of the things that I've always tried to. I run a show in Warren, Rhode Island, and I pride myself in the fact that I get to give comics time.
Hmm.
That is the most valuable, precious thing to a comic. The pay means nothing compared to how much the stage time means. So to get 20-minute spot to stretch out a little bit, do some, a little bit longer set, I love that. That's it. I cannot thank them enough for that opportunity.
That's what's up. And I guess the favorite neighborhood girl is some and her buddy are putting something together for comics to come in from wherever they're coming from to be a part of this. Now you're coming from across the border. How does it feel? Does
Uh,
it is there a difference in the scene there and the scene here?
There's a little bit of a difference. Typically, Rhode Island is it's very blue collar, a lot of drunks, a lot of yelling at people. Believe it or not, Worcester a little bit more polite. Uh, they really it's usually a fun crowd. It's usually a crowd that at least respects the art form of it.
Okay.
So I love performing in Worcester. I really do.
That's what's up, and that's a thing that is hopefully it'll be catchy, so more people will come out and be a part of the comics and get a variety of different people on stage. What was the thing that a show that you did that the combination was like wow, like how they do these mixed mics or something, like you had to perform with I don't know, some guy who brought out a gerbil out of a magic hat or something that was you thought was bizarre that you was actually involved in because you were part of the show.
The weirdest show I've ever done is a nudist colony.
How did
That
you have to perform a nude, or they were just nude watching you?
they were nude watching me, but I had planned it out ahead of time because I was like, this is gonna be hilarious. So I had planned it out ahead of time where I had put a bathing suit on underneath. And and I told him, I was like, you guys inspired me. I'm so appreciative of this. You guys are very bold, so I'm gonna join you. And I made sure to even take a little undergarment off ahead of time. That way it really looked like I was getting down to my skivvies. And then the bathing suit I had was like one of those hairy man. Yeah,
And they're looking at you like, oh God.
yeah, it was perfect. It worked out so well.
That's
But a lot
it
of
sounds
schlongs,
like
a
it.
lot of schlongs.
It sounds like it. And
I was
what we
they
do
gave me a standing ovation one
at
way or another,
that,
you know?
give the people your social media handles, how people can connect with you.
I am on Instagram, KLog comedy. I have a website, www.kirstenlogan.com, just how it's spelled. They did a great job.
Okay.
And Facebook, KLog comedy. So anywhere there you can find me.
All right. So let's talk about where you're at now in your comedy career, 10 years in. And do you feel like a veteran, or do you feel like you still got some noviceness in you?
I think my entire career, I'm always going to feel like there's noviceness in me because no matter what stage you're at, you always look at the next stage and you never feel good enough, right? You never, in my opinion, you never stop stepping it up. And so even though I feel more advanced than some people, I still feel like a rookie.
Mm,
And I took some time off. I took some time to get my mental health together and to get my brain together. And so in a way I took a step back and it feels a little bit like starting over again because I'm writing new material that matters to me that talks about mental health, talks about, more important issues than I used to.
mm.
So my material is always about me. It's always, a little self-deprecating, but I have a very interesting life. So I wanted to talk about that and make it more about me and myself than, the relationships that I've had or the things I've gone through. So it's a little bit like starting over.
And that's not a bad thing, because those start overs are like Phoenix, and you rise from where you were and you become something that you didn't even think was, and now you are this, and now voila, we're going to get a chance to experience you Thursday night at the 20 spot at Club Nemesco. I mean, Nemesco's Lounge. It's not a club. It's the Nemesco's Lounge, and on Pleasant Street in Worcester, Massachusetts. So, you know, it's a really big thing. It's an opportunity for the people, the public, to get the experience, the 20-minute sets of artists, comedians that have put in their time and now are showcasing 20 minutes worth of work. How long did it take for you to get 20 minutes worth of work? Or if you
It
got
depends
more,
who you ask.
people that got 20 got more, but how long did it take for you to get there?
Yeah. So to get 20 minutes that I was proud of, I probably got that about 5 years in.
Okay.
Um, 20 minutes, you can write 20 minutes, within your first 2 years. But for me, when I say I have 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes that's back to back jokes, packed in, well planned. So I would say I got a 20 that I was proud of. And I'm a little self critical, but I'd say about 5 years.
You do the self deprivation thing, huh? We use Joan
Yeah.
Rivers in the class as an example of somebody that's a comedian that uses that technique. Do any comedians out there you follow and you shave a little bit off of this, shave a little bit off of that, or you look and you admire them from a distance, or you be like, yeah, I would love to meet that person.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate. I'm very, very fortunate. I got to meet the person that I wanted to meet in comedy more than anyone was Dave Attell.
Okay,
And I got to open up for him a few years back, and that was like I could die happy as a comedian knowing that I got to open up for him.
that's what's
But watching people like Shane Gillis go from a place where, he got in trouble on SNL and to watch him rise to the place he is now. I got to work with him in Toronto, and he was just the sweetest person. So I wanted nothing but good. And he's doing the work. He's getting very popular, and I'm so happy for him.
that's what's
Um, but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to watch people really rise up.
And when you see these people on the rise up, has there been some people that you've seen on the way down that they were high at one point and they may have crashed or they may have taken a different journey, and you see them now and you're like, what would you say or what have you said?
I think I think anyone gets the opportunity to start again. I think anyone should have that opportunity. And I think that I just like me, I took a step back to get my stuff together so that I can show up. I can show up fully confident that I have become the person that I want to be. And now I do the things I want to do. And I think a lot of people don't take the time to get themselves right off stage in order to come back on stage and deal with that failure, because it's failure constantly. But you don't learn anything from succeeding all the time, you learn from failing.
Right.
So the more you fail, the more you're going to succeed later on, in my opinion. So I everyone just get back on the horse. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, I'm into the fail fast first. You know what I mean? Like if it's going to
Yeah.
happen, let's get it in, get it out, and let's move on, because people
Yeah,
could get stuck in failure. You know what I mean? And think
exactly.
the only thing that they're about, and it's not that. It's that circumstance or that action didn't result in whatever it was that you wanted. Now move on, drop that. You know what I mean? Zero, get with a hero type.
Yeah. I quit 2 months in a comedy because I did one show. It was a bringer show, and the guy before me brought the entire audience.
Oh,
And he went up right before me, and he crushed. And then I went up, and they were like, "We hate you." So I quit. Uh, and then a few weeks later, my friends were like, "Hey, we're going to that music open mic. Do you want to do comedy again?" I was like, "All right, I guess I'll try again." And I never stopped.
there you go. And sometimes that's what it is jumping back on that horse, like you said, like just getting right back into the groove of whatever it is was that thing. Talk to the people again and give them your social media handles, how they can connect with you.
Website is www.kirstenlogan.com, and on Instagram it's klog comedy, KLOG comedy, and I think on Facebook it's actually Kirsten Logan comedic lady. uh I don't even know anymore.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, it's once you get the website up, you're like, man, there's so much stuff to manage. That's what I'm worst at, is the social media aspect.
Yeah, I'm trying to connect with some people and bring some social media people together and maybe start a whole little warehouse for people who are not social media savvy to come and, come to this warehouse and get some services done, so that
Great
way.
idea.
Yeah, it's too many questions that I see, and the solution is a warehouse for people that have a social media knack and people that
Yeah,
need social media assistance and some place to be. And I'm a
you
create.
know, when I hear as a lady, come to this warehouse and we'll teach you something, I'm like all for it.
Yeah, raves. We got some different things in there: red pills, blue pills.
We'll hook you up to wires. Okay.
Don't have to bend your arm to have a good time.
Oh man. I'll come though. I'm always down for a good time.
That's what's up. Talk to the people, give them something encouraging, good to say. Think about something that you want to leave them with before we end the night.
I One of my favorite things to tell people, because when you start, there's so much self-doubt, and you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck at something. But sucking at something is the first step to being really good at something. So just don't give up, keep going, push through. It's gonna hurt, but the hurt's gonna be worth it.
There you go. Straight from the word of K Log.
Yeah. It's
K
I'm
Log,
very attractive, I know.
lady. She's going to be at the 20 spot on Thursday at Nemesco Lounge in Worcester, Massachusetts. Doors open at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. is the show time. And the hosts, uh, Josh and Latasha, favorite neighborhood girl, come out and support. The show is free. The people are funny. The drinks are good, and the food is you gonna eat. You know what I mean? You're going to enjoy a whole slew of things, and there's no cover charge. So
It's such
20
a good
spot,
lineup.
yes. And I wanted the flyer so I could have gave the lineup, but I don't have it right now. But we know K Log is going to be there, and she's going to
I think
bring the funny. So make
Kendra
sure you.
Lansford. Yeah. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm so
No,
bad
no,
at this. You go
because
ahead.
you counting, and I'm like, all right, well, she must got someplace to be. Let me hurry up and wrap up.
Oh, I'm just bad. I'm bad at this.
You're learning.
Great at
You'll be
comedy.
back. Remember, you said you're getting back into it. We'll have you.
Yeah.
Next time you come out, or maybe we'll come there, or we'll figure it out, and we'll bring
I'd love
K Log to you, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, K Log for you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you have a great night, and we look forward to seeing you Thursday night at the 20 spot at the Mesco's Lounge in Worcester, Massachusetts. Come on out and enjoy the night.